Hi, this is Bill, and you're on Finest Travel Beat with Angela and Bill. Today we're in St. Kitts, one of the most scenic ports in the Caribbean. When most people think of St. Kitts, they think of beaches, mountains, the famous Scenic Railway, or those incredible views from the South Peninsula. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to head over to St. Kitts' sister island, Nevis. We're going to tell you how we got there, show you around the island of Nevis, tell you whether we think it was worth it or not. So sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Today we took an excursion through Princess as part of our 14-night holiday sailing on the Coral Princess. The excursion will take us by sea taxi from Basseterre along the southeast peninsula across to Charlestown, Nevis. From there we did a narrated tour through the capital, passed by the Nevis Hot Springs, and then spent some time at Pinney's Beach. We're going to show you all about that through the video. We'll also talk about some of the other excursion options that we have done in the past or planning on in the future. Once we got off the ship, we were in Port Zante in Basseterre. It's a very easy cruise port to navigate. There is a lot of shopping there when you go right outside of the gate area. We did that when we got back. Plenty of shops, lots of restaurants, coffee, bars, there's a casino, Hard Rock Cafe gift shop, which doesn't have pins, by the way. Boo. But there is a lot to do in St. Kitts. We've been here a few times. But when we got off the ship, we met our tour, was ready to leave right away. And we walked as a group through the exit to go out to the boat waiting to take us over to Nevis. Now, we did do a ship excursion. Being that we were crossing the water and taking a water taxi over, we wanted to be sure that we were using somebody reliable. I know a lot of people just get off the ship and then they have shuttles that go back and forth and they can pay. Honestly, I would recommend either doing a ship excursion or through a reputable tour operated such as a Project Expedition or shore excursion group that has a return to the ship guarantee. St. Kitts and Nevis are, it's an independent country in the Eastern Caribbean. It's made up of two islands, St. Kitts, which has the capital Basseterre, and located near it is a smaller, much quieter island of Nevis. It is one part of one country. They are an independent country. They gained independence in 1983 and remains one of the small sovereign nations in the Western Hemisphere. Population somewhere around 50,000, depending on the estimates. Now, the water taxi ride was really a highlight. It was not a long ride. It was probably about 15 minutes, but beautiful. As you look out, you go right by your ships. You'll be able to see that. You're going to see the coastline, hills, that crystal blue Caribbean water. You'll also see Basseterre, and Nevis will come into view as you get a little bit closer. Now, Nevis is a little bit different. It has that classic Caribbean look, green hills, palm trees, quiet beaches. Nevis Peak rises in the background in the center of the island. Compared to St. Kitts, it's very different. Much slower, quieter, less developed. And that's what a lot of people really love about it. Now, according to our tour guide, the water was a little rough. So rather than going into Charlestown, which we normally would, we went to the Wally Water Taxi Pier, which is on the northern side of Nevis. It's quite a common water taxi point. It's a quick connection across the channel. It was actually pretty good because we got a little bit more of a bus ride in Nevis in general, so that really was kind of nice. It was a quick trip. Once we arrived, there was a bathroom we could use if we needed to, and then from there it was right on the bus. I don't usually show a lot of video of the tour guides talking, but the tour guide we had today was excellent. He was really, really knowledgeable. It was a lot of fun. He asked trivia and was definitely very proud of the island. You can always tell the difference between people that are kind of mailing it in and people that are just very, very proud of where they're from. So I'll take a couple of seconds here, let you hear from our tour guide.
We work it out. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drive you towards the town where you would have started. It's usually a sightseeing tour throughout the city of the area, of our island. The name of our city is Charlestown. Charlestown was named after King Charles II of England. We were under British rule for a very long time, and when they made that area the capital, or the city area Charles was leading, so they named the town after him. That's how we got the name Charlestown. Okay. So as I'm driving you there, I'm going to be sharing some island information with you. I'm going to be getting into some of our island's history. We're going to do a couple of photo stops along the way. We're going to stop at the oldest church on Nevis, and the next stop is going to be at the birthplace of Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton, you know, I'm sure you would have heard about him. He became very famous in the U.S., but he was born here in Nevis. As we're going along, at the end of it all, I'm going to take you down to our island's main beach. A beach that is named Pinney's Beach.
Excuse me?
Its name, let me repeat myself. The name of this beach is Pinney's Beach.
Yep. But it's
Pinney apostrophe S. People ask me, what?
The first stop of the day was at St. John's Anglican Church. This church was built, as you heard earlier, in 1643. It is the oldest church on the island. Like many of the old Caribbean churches, more than just a religious site, it really gives you a history of the construction and what the colonial period was like and the architecture. It also had stunning, fantastic views of Nevis Peak. As we show you around a little bit of the church, let's talk about some of the other things that you can do in St. Kitts. One of the most famous excursions is the St. Kitts Scenic Railway. Angela and I did this many years ago before we started the YouTube channel. We're actually doing a group cruise in a month, and we're going to do that with a bunch of people, so we'll have video on that up on the channel as well. Another thing that we've done is we did took a taxi to the Marriott Hotel and got a day pass there. Had a really nice pool and beautiful beach. There's a video of that up on the channel as well. There are several beaches that you can go to on the island. South Friars Bay is one of the better beach options if you're looking for relaxation and some facilities. Cockleshell Beach is another popular one. It's located a little further out into the peninsula, but people love the view towards Nevis. You can see here there is the view of Nevis Peak in the center of the island, which was absolutely beautiful. Frigate Bay is another place that you can go to. They have a lot of beach bars and restaurants. And then there's also island tours that include places like Timothy Hill, Romney Manor, and Brimstone Hill. So again, St. Kitts, those are located on St. Kitts. Plenty to do in St. Kitts, plenty to do on Nevis. You'll see where we went to Pinney's Beach at the end, and we would absolutely come back here. Now, what you're looking at here is some old hurricane damage. If you've ever been to the Caribbean, you know obligatory part of island tours is showing you some of the unrepaired damage from hurricanes, which is really devastating. It takes them many years to recover. Here we are arriving at the Alexander Hamilton Museum, which was very, very interesting. We didn't get an opportunity to go into the museum itself. We weren't there quite long enough, but walking the grounds was really special and very cool. Alexander Hamilton was born here in the 1950s before moving to the American colonies. He would go on to become one of the founding fathers of the United States and the first Secretary of the Treasury. And this stop has become much more popular, according to our tour guide, since the Broadway show musical Hamilton came out and became so popular. But visiting Nevis gives you a chance to see where his story actually began. It was a short stop, but a nice one. And again, we love to learn history, the way people live on these islands. We love doing these island tours when we first go to a spot. So we'll discuss at the end whether we thought this was worth it or not, but I'll give you a sneak preview. Yes, it was. After we left Alexander Hamilton's birthplace, we drove through Charlestown. The excursion included a brief narrated tour through the capital. This is where a good guide really makes a difference. As we rode through the town, he pointed out a lot of important buildings, some local history, some personal history. He spoke about what people do on the island, what his friends do, and their connection to both Caribbean and American history. Charlestown is much smaller, has a much quieter feel than Basseterre. You're not seeing mass resorts, instead some more traditional Caribbean architecture, small local businesses, some historic sites. We've been to a lot of islands in the Caribbean, as you can see on our channel. Everyone is different. Everyone has its own little story to tell, and we love it. We love doing these island tours, just kind of seeing, especially when they go through towns, how people live, what the buildings are like, where they shop, and having a good tour guide with you just really made it very worthwhile. The tour also took us past the Nevis Natural Hot Springs, located near the historic Bath Hotel area. It was, again, more of a drive-by than a stop, but the tour guide was excellent, giving us a lot of information about how Nevis was attracting visitors long before Caribbean tourism became a thing. As we show you a little footage of the town square in Charlestown, if you're getting value out of this video, please hit that like button. Comment below if you've been to Nevis, if you've done Nevis on your own, how that experience was. We love to hear your information. Share this video with your friends, and certainly subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. We have hundreds of videos up on ship tours, various ports of call, and travel information. So if you do those things, it really helps us out. And after our island tour, a short drive, and we were going to be at Pinney Beach. Pinneys Beach. One of the best known beaches on Nevis. It's a long stretch of sand along the western side of Nevis. It's views across the water to St. Kitts. When we arrived, they had a delicious rum punch for us that we could get 2 drinks each. They also had local beer, fruit punch, some other mixed drinks that you could get there as well. It's the typical Caribbean style bar, and they also had a lunch there. One thing that I will mention is that there were no toilets right on the beach here, but they actually had somebody in a golf cart that took you the 5-minute walk to a bar where they did have a restaurant where you could have use the bathroom there and the facilities there. Now, sometimes the lunch would be at a different restaurant as well. That was a short drive from the beach, a short walk from the beach, 5 minutes away. But again, this one they served a buffet lunch right there. This was really fantastic. They had these, we've never seen anything like it, where it's a wooden structure that you had lounge chairs, very comfortable lounge chairs, and a nice table right in between, completely in shade. Beautiful, beautiful beach, and an amazing setup. Very, very comfortable. The views were incredible. There were quite a few beach bars in this area. It wasn't very busy. Our excursion was in the morning, so I would tend to think they probably get a little bit busier with people staying, local tourists, a little bit later in the day. This particular bar was known as the Lime Beach Bar. Beautiful sand, beautiful water. Now, this was the day after Christmas, so we were wondering how warm the water was going to be. The water was very, very warm. We had done St. Martin the day before. There's a video on that up as well. And again, water was absolutely beautiful. We had a nice lunch, a couple of drinks, and we had about 2 hours at the beach, which was nice. Again, you can just see it's just beautiful and breathtaking. After our 2 hours at the beach, they took us back to Wally's Point for the water taxi back to the cruise port, and we walked around the cruise port a little bit. We'll show you that in another video, the cruise port area. We're trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter, but you just look at that water. It's just absolutely fantastic time. So let's talk about whether we would recommend this excursion and who for. It's great for people who've been to St. Kitts before, looking to do something different. It's good for history lovers. If you want a beach, the beach is beautiful. As you can see, Angela floating around in there. It was a really nice cruise day. We got a boat ride, we got sightseeing, we got local history, lunch, drinks, and some beach time. It's not a high adventure excursion. It's relaxing, kind of chill, very beach focused, but was very, very nice. If you have mobility concerns, just definitely check the exact details for booking. Sea taxis and beach access can be a little bit difficult at times. Well, again, folks, thank you so much for watching. Angela and I really appreciate the support. It means the world to us that our videos are so helpful to other people. So, again, like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments below if you want to see more videos like this. So, on behalf of Angela, thanks again, and we'll see you on our next adventure. Bye-bye, everybody.